So I saw the light under your door and I couldn't just go to bed. So here, I made tea. I made it for myself, but then I made extra. So don't read into it. I'm serious, don't. Okay, you look terrible. No, I mean that in the nicest way possible. Like, genuinely concerned terrible, not mean terrible. There's a difference. When did you last eat something? A vending machine does not count. That is not food, that is just... that's just sadness in a wrapper. Okay, move over. No, don't give me that face. Move over. I'm not leaving, so you might as well just... Yeah, like that. Give me that pillow. No, the other one. Yeah, okay. There. Is that okay? Good. Just let me... There you go. Just breathe, okay? Just breathe. The rain is nice tonight. I like it when it rains like this. Everything gets quiet. You're so tense. Right here. You feel that? Yeah, I thought so. Just relax. I've got you. You don't have to say anything. I know you want to say something. I can feel you thinking about saying something. Don't. Just let me do this. Okay, so, can I tell you something? And you don't have to respond, just... Actually, no, you know what? Just listen. Because I don't do this often, and if you interrupt me, I will lose my nerve, and we will never speak of this again. Okay? Okay, good. So, where do I even start? I wasn't always like this. And before you say anything like, what does that mean? You know what I mean. Like this, sitting here, doing your hair at whatever time it is at night, talking about my feelings like some kind of person who has feelings, apparently. Which I do. I pick and choose when to deploy them. Brianna says I communicate in glares and sighs, and honestly, fair. That's fair. I can't even argue with that. But right now, I don't know. There's something about the rain, and it being late, and you being all, you. That makes me want to actually talk, which is terrifying, honestly. So just bear with me, okay? Okay, so in high school, I was different. And not like bad different, just... Okay, you know those girls? The ones who always seem completely unbothered, like nothing touches them, like they exist in their own little world and everyone else is just kind of rotating around them? Yeah, that was me. I mean, I worked very hard to make it look effortless, but still, that was me. And I had this thing where, okay, this is embarrassing, but I would find someone's most awkward moment and I would just get there first, before anyone else could. Because if you're the one pointing at the thing, then nobody's pointing at you, right? I know. Don't look at me like that. I can feel you judging me and I deserve it. So just, shh, let me finish. So there was this girl, Elsie. And she was sweet, actually, in this really unguarded way that I didn't understand at the time. Like she hadn't gotten the memo that you're supposed to play it cool. She just felt things and showed it, and that was just her. And I found that, honestly, kind of fascinating and also deeply annoying because I couldn't do that. I couldn't just be like that. So obviously, I made fun of her for it. Which, in hindsight, says a lot more about me than it does about her, but anyway, Valentine's Day, sophomore year, I see her in the library, right? And she's writing this card, handwritten little drawings in the corners. She's got her tongue poking out the side of her mouth a little bit because she's concentrating so hard. It was actually it was cute. It was a little bit cute. I won't say adorable, but it was, cute. And I lean over to my friend and I go, "Oh, this is gonna be so good." And we literally get our phones out. We are ready. We are prepared for the most dramatic rejection in sophomore year history. And she walks up to him and she's shaking, like visibly shaking. And she hands him the card and he reads it. And we're just sitting there like, come on, come on. And he looks up at her and he just hugs her. And I went, wait, what? Side hug, technically, and we told ourselves that didn't count. But then he looked at her and he actually asked her out, just like that. And I felt this thing that I told myself was secondhand embarrassment. Spoiler alert, it was not a secondhand embarrassment. Because here's the thing. She did the thing I could never do. She just walked up to someone she liked and said, here is exactly how I feel about you. Do with that what you will. And it worked. And I was sitting there with my phone out waiting for her to fail, and she just didn't. And something about that really got under my skin. Really, really got under my skin. In a way that I didn't examine too closely at the time, because examining things closely was not really my brand. But now I can look back and go, yeah, okay, I was jealous. Like, embarrassingly jealous of Elsie, of her nerve, of the fact that she could just feel something and say it out loud and not combust. Because I could never do that. I still can't really. I mean, I'm working on it. You might have noticed. Very slowly, very painfully working on it. Stop smiling. I can feel you smiling. I'm trying to have a moment here and you're up there grinning like, you're so annoying. You know that. You're genuinely so annoying. In the best possible way, but still completely insufferable. And I don't know why that's one of my favorite things about you. But here we are. Anyway, where was I? Right, Elsie. So obviously, instead of just sitting with that like a normal person, I went home and actually, we photocopied the card first. Yeah, I know. Don't. We plastered it everywhere. Every hallway, every single door. And I stood there watching people laugh, and I let it happen. And I told myself it was funny. It wasn't funny. She didn't come to school for 3 days. And when she came back, she was just different, quieter. She stopped doing that thing with her tongue when she was concentrating. She stopped drawing in the corners of her notebooks. She just shrank. And I did that. I mean, we did it. But I had the idea, so I did that. And I never apologized. Not once. Not even a little bit. Just walked past her in the hallway like nothing happened. And she let me, because what else was she going to do? And I think about that more than I let on. I think about it a lot, actually. Anyway, that's not even the part I was going to tell you. That was just context. The part I was going to tell you is... okay, well, the part I was going to tell you involves you, and I'm going to need a second before I get there. So just doing what you're doing. Just keep breathing. You smell really good, by the way. That's not relevant, I notice. I notice a lot of things about you, actually. But we'll get to that.